Hey folks, I'm HP's Dr. Pink. Today's topic is jazz guitar Dorian licks. What is this? Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to my channel, hit the notification button to get more updates, more licks to come. You get a notification when you hit the bell. Yeah, so Dorian licks. Yeah, stuff like that. We're going to analyze the Dorian mode and see what we can improvise in the main tools, how to work with the Dorian mode. I know, I mean, in jazz guitar you have a lot of chords, but we need to just focus now on the Dorian mode to see what you can do with it, the tricks behind it, and then you put it in any position where you want to have the Dorian mode. Where that shall be, in which tune, is another topic which is not talked about today. It's just about the Dorian mode. If you want to work out a tune where you can practice this, So What is a cool tune for that, and which is the other one? Mr. PC, I think. No, Mr. PC, something else. But for sure, So What? Impressions. Impressions, that's the other one. So What or Impressions are two jazz tunes which work with Dorian mode, and you can just use the licks which you learn here on that those two tunes, because they only have the Dorian mode as improvisation. So let's get started on this here. Most of you players come from a normal pentatonic scale, so we work around the pentatonic position number 1. The backing track is always in C minor, so we're using the C minor pentatonics here in the 8th fret. This one will be this one here. But of course, that's still not the Dorian mode. An interesting thing beside the minor pentatonics is the grid or the root position for all minor modes, like Phrygian, like Aeolian. And they work for all three of them, and there's only the additional notes, there are two, which define if it's Dorian, Aeolian, or Phrygian. And the licks, which I'm showing you, also work for the other modes, but you just need to adapt the notes which are changing. But for today we just talk about Dorian, so the additional notes will be this one here, and this one here. So we're using this pattern here for today. You can use any pentatonic pattern and just add those two notes. So a first step to just play something in Dorian, just I played it now in triple, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. Let's do it with the track. That already sounds pretty cool. Just scale up, scale down. Of course, you can do any sequence runs, like this would be a nice one here. Also in triplets. If you want, you can also make it in shuffled eighths. Also the scale shuffled eighths will be something like this. So, of course, it works in shuffled eighths and triplets as you like, what really serves your speed. If you make shuffled eighths, if you want to have it really swingy, one trick is to make it sound really jazzy. So you make the accent on the end, so 1 and 2 and That's a little bit tricky. Try this with a track. See? It really works, and it's a good trick to have a really laid-back phrasing. Laid-back's behind the beat. The worst thing you can do if you play any kind of phrasing in jazz is to be in front of the beat, but we want to be laid back, like relaxed. And with this simple exercise, just you get this laid back feeling, you know. It cannot be laid back enough. When we check out Miles Davis, he was extremely laid back. The more laid back you are, the more cool you are, I must say. Yeah, so if you want to play, you can play any kind of scale stuff with this laid back feeling, and you're going to sound great. Or in triplets. So that's the first step to get into Dorian. Just play the scale with these simple things. As I said, sequence runs also work, like something like this. Let's do it down, always 4 down. Then 1 down, 4 down again. And so on. Also works. There was a sequence run now in triplets, but also in eights with the laid back, as I said, have an attack, an accent on the end. And the best trick to do that is just focus on the upbeat. See? You know, stuff like that really works. Good. So these are like the basics now, how to work out the mode. Now a few tricks which are specific in jazz, but also specific in the Dorian mode. One thing is approach notes. And let's do this little lick here. We make an approach note on the triad. Then we play the arpeggio. We play the C minor 9 arpeggio with approach, starting with approach. Or what you also can do is double approach, and that's the most common technique. Double approach is, so we make approach from below, go up diatonic, then chromatic down, chromatic from, so that's a double approach. Sounds pretty jazzy, isn't it? Let's try them out. Works pretty fine, I must say. So you can do that. You can approach any note. Let's approach, well, the triad is the most common one, but let's approach the fifth. So chromatic from down, diatonic from above, and now comes a double approach, chromatic from up, chromatic from down. In the case before, the chromatic from down was diatonic. In this case, not. Also works not so nice, as I said, the triad is more preferred, but it works on any note. You can make those double approaches. Yeah, so this really works out fine. So we have the double approach on any note which you want to do. What also works is point out the options. That will be the 9, the 11, and 13. That will be these 3 notes, but especially 9, 11. Let's see that one. Works pretty fine, or you can make works really nicely. Now, and at the end of the tricks, if you do Pentatonics runs, you can move them up in 2 frets and play the same run again. Since, we don't go too much in theory, it works. Just play a run in the C minor pentatonics, move it up in the D minor, do the same run, it sounds awesome. Yeah, see, that really works out fine. Now we have the tools together, and now you can just work it out, make combinations of it, make it spacey, play laid back, and use the specific tools to work out the Dorian mode, as I said, with the options, moving the pentatonic ups, and then you're pretty fine to go. I'll give a little example. Let's start here. See, now I made combinations out of these different techniques. There's not really a trick to one select the one or the other, just to understand how to work out the Dorian mode. Yeah, what more to say about the Dorian mode? As I said, you can work it out on the tunes impressions and so what. They have a so-called modal improvisation, meaning you just play one chord. In this case, it's going to be the Dorian. It just moves up to, I think, so what is D minor to E flat minor. At impressions, I honestly don't remember now. But you can practice on those tunes. You can practice with that backing track. And specific on the other jazz standards, you need to figure out where you use the Dorian mode, and then you can use these tricks, and which I just showed. Well, what more to say? If you want to download the backing track and the tabs of the licks I showed, they're available in the HPCrazy Guitar Academy. Join there. The basic membership for free. You can discuss with others if you cannot afford the premium membership. If you want to download the files, you need to make the premium membership upgrade. It's a lot for a little money, and you support the work which we are doing here for you and for the community, and you become a part of this growing community there. Yeah, and more jazz tutorials to come, so subscribe to my channel. And please write me a review on Google Maps. On the link in the description box below, you scroll down the page, and there you find Google Maps, and you can write me a review. So me and Dr. Pink are signing off.